Hey guys, so it's Friday morning and I finally got to watch yesterday's Steven. So I'm going to be talking about the last four Stevens. The two from season 3, though I think they kind of should be season 4, but I'm glad they weren't. And then the two from season 4. Starting with the one where Peridot and Steven are trying to capture a corrupted gem on their own, because Perry has a big mouth. Um, I'm glad for that episode because, for one thing, we get to see Peridot become get real because she finally understands what corrupted gems are. She never had seen a corrupted gem before, probably Jasper. And the fact of the matter is, she's in her own mindset. Now, I kind of consider Peridot as a Sheldon kind of character somewhat, but the thing is, I was considering that up till she tried to help Lapis. So I stopped considering her Sheldon, though that episode kind of gave me a Sheldon viewpoint. Now, the thing is, when I talk about Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory, it's usually out of the utmost respect. To be honest, he annoys the hell out of me, but mainly it's just the first early seasons. Once Amy came into his life, especially, and once I guess you can say the train episode where they're on a train for a romantic dinner of some sort, and it doesn't exactly go Amy's way, that's when I consider him to start to change a little bit more. Now, he does change maybe in a couple of episodes in the seasons before that, but it's mainly the fact of that he really starts to change where you can see big differences. But when I otherwise he still annoys the hell out of me. But I mean, because it's mainly because of the fact of he has Asperger's, even though he doesn't know it, and he won't get himself checked out, even though and I'm saying this because out of learned that you can't just go once and then you think you're fine for the rest of your life. I actually thought I had ADD until I was in my junior year when problems kept coming back over and over again. I think I told this story when I was doing my Q&A. And I actually went to a specialist, took a test, which isn't like a blood test, it's more of a mind test. And I actually figured out I did have Asperger's. So it's not like you can go once and you know who you are just from that. Because, I mean, for one thing, a lot of kids who have Asperger's are misdiagnosed early on. And I was one of those kids who wasn't a genius, so it's not like it would have been detectable early on either. So back to Peridot. I'm glad we had that episode because we got to learn more about her. Now, with the next episode, that was Sardonyx and Smoky Quartz mainly, I liked it because we got to see, well, I actually didn't prefer to see Sardonyx. She also reminds me a little bit of a, egotistical person, and I really don't care for her fusion, but I'm glad we actually got that fusion. There's still a few fusions we're still off for, so I'm just glad we still have, she fills one of the gaps. Now, I don't remember if I saw if Sugoi actually made an appearance, let alone if, I know they showed little clips of Opal, but I don't remember, I thought they saw, something with it, and I mean, Sardonyx actually was kept talking about, like, realistic things, like commercialism, and, because, she kept saying, like, the merchandise or toy merchandise. And actually, they don't really have a lot of toy merchandise. All I found was actually a Yahtzee game. I found some apparel merchandise, but that's about it. But it was kind of funny how she was so realistic of that. Like she's pretty much like an entertainer. So she's like the magician, the late night talk show person. She's that kind of person. I mean, that was pretty much it with those two episodes. And then we got the next two episodes, which was last week and this week. The one with the library I kind of liked but the thing is, my main question is, and I'm not sorry, it's early on, so my neck's still not in its proper form. And I'm not the only one who's thought of this, but, oh, okay, it's just formats. But, Uh, sorry, my pill's trying to kick in too. Did Rose ever get poofed? I mean, 'cause she's still in the same outfit. Now that's obviously after the gem war when that happens, but I'm just trying to figure out, are we ever gonna get something like before the gem war started kind of episodes? 'Cause we saw how Lapis during kind of the gem war. We got um we got Ruby and Sapphire during the gem war, which saw Pearl and Rose, but we never really saw where Pearl and Rose started, or even Amethyst. But I'm not really worried about Amethyst because and the funny thing is with her, she actually had to grow. She actually looked like a child up to a certain point, and then she grew. So that kind of really, the fact that we have Smoky Quartz actually now makes more sense, because she is more like him than, or more like human than she probably realizes. And then with this episode was actually realistic, since the last Ruby's episode, so Connie actually, now spoilers if you haven't seen it yet, but I'm sorry, I can't really help if you haven't seen it since yet last night. But Connie accidentally beat up someone because of her automatic, what she's learned in training. So she was not thinking straight. And then when she was figured out everything, Steven actually remembered everything between Bismuth, Jasper, and the rubies, mainly the eye ruby. And we finally get to see how he reacted, because the last time we had something like this, where Steven was being realistic, like worrying about others, or worrying about, because of what he had done, was after they crashed back on Earth, where we got that awesome song that I don't know if I sang it, and I promise the last song episode will be coming soon. I might do that Tuesday next week, because Monday I might have time to do something, but it's not gonna be fully where I'm not gonna be interrupted. And Wednesday I will have to do something early before noon if I want to do anything, because next week I'm gonna have a little more me time, and I get where I won't be bothered as much. But anyway, the thing about it was, Steven doesn't want to hurt anybody. He just wants to help everybody, which is what Rose did at some point, but she knew she had to fight. She knew which is why her sword was actually made, and it's not exactly a gem weapon. Because the only time it's ever been put into something was in Lion. It was Steven can't absorb the sword, I think, and I don't think Rose could either. Now, as we knew from the Bismuth episode, the sword was made so she can poof gems but not shatter them. So, with that, Bismuth actually realized that we actually needed a shattering weapon, and actually made one, and Rose did not use it on her. She actually used her sword, but she had to have used that weapon once, and I believe that was when she shattered Pink Diamond. Because we don't know that much about Rose, other than that she started the Gem War. Because Pink Diamond actually ruled Earth, while the other diamonds ruled probably the Gem World. I think White Diamond actually probably ruled the Moon, possibly. And we finally got all the mosaics or murals, so now we know what everybody looks like. For the most part, we've seen what Blue Diamond kind of looks like, just mainly her mouth and her hands and where her gem is, but we don't really see under the hood. And but we did get a mural look, so we can get an idea. We have seen Yellow Diamond fully, so we can get an idea of what Blue Diamond, White Diamond, and now Pink Diamond looks like. And actually, somebody on DeviantArt actually has made great art for it. Now, the thing about it is, the fact that there's some people that are speculating that Pearl shattered Pink Diamond, and it's like, no. As much as she loved Rose, that would eat away at her. more than more than you would ever think. Rose, yes, it would eat at her too, but I think she knows how to. It was her own diamond. I think she could learn to control it. Now, if I'm wrong, we will find out in the future. But remember, there's gonna probably be a big break at some point during season 4 where we're not gonna get a bunch of episodes for a while. So don't be surprised about that. Just like I was wrong about the whole Miraculous Ladybug thing, and I didn't realize they just didn't show all the episode numbers and times, because a lot of people already know through if they're from a different country or they just figured it out. Like I know I'll get into it maybe towards the end of this episode. About who all for season 1 becomes akumatized and who's left over. So pretty much with bismuth and the red ruby with the in the eye, where her gem is in the eye, you really, Steven learned more about his mom, what she was before she even met Greg, before she probably met a lot of humans, depending on what time actually the gem war happened. It seemed like it was it would have been a prehistoric time, but we don't really know. I watch this guy who does gem theories and timelines and helps people figure out everything, and he's a great guy. I really listen to his theories and everything, so it's like I would think that a lot of what he says makes sense, and then when he reevaluates himself when he is wrong. But lastly with Jasper, the fact that she is a pink diamond, it makes sense. Isn't Amethyst a pink diamond too, or is she a blue diamond Amethyst because of depending on when the gem war was, or what time she was they excavated her. The fact that she became corrupted, I don't think was all on her own. I think when she fused with that corrupted gem, it made her mind snap a little bit. She was close already because for one thing, she was being by a fusion. When she tried to fuse with one person, it was an unwilling one who was forcing her to become Cage because she was tired of being Cage, and now she's putting herself back in Cage just to save everybody else she cared about. So the fact that she's caging Jasper for so long, your mind can kind of snap. Remember, Lapis was cracked for a long period of time, so that can also unstabilize your mind. Now she's actually gone back to normal, as normal as she can be after being forced to be a fusion for so long and being cracked. And we got to see her past as well, so that's why I'm just curious. Then when she does come back into the series, she actually is trying to control corrupted gems and treats them like that they're inferior and like they deserved it. Now the thing is with her, that's what I call an abusive person. But the thing is, she probably wasn't always abusive. She was a loyal follower to her diamond, which was Pink Diamond, and somebody shattered Pink Diamond. That can make your mind snap early on. So the fact that she was still stable for all these years until she came back to the Earth was very remarkable. That she didn't become a corrupted gem there. But I think it was revenge that kept her stable enough. Then the fact that she actually tried to fuse with a corrupted gem, and even though it's a fusion, there's no name for it because it's not a proper fusion. As much as I want to say it, I don't think it's a proper fusion because the person actually, although it's an unwilling person, just like Lapis, it's not really a full gem because we don't know what kind of gem it is exactly. I've seen other gems similar to it, but it's like you gotta see what the gem actually is. And if you know what the gem is that she fused with, then maybe we can figure that out. So I would comment down below if you know what kind of gem that was corrupted. But the actual weird thing was, like I said, when she actually got corrupted, it's because she turned the color of her skin turned into what the corrupted gem was. So maybe that was another Jasper. So it could be another Jasper just like her, and she doesn't know it yet. The fact that she fused with one, she actually looks like that other that other corrupted gem now. So that was her mistake. If she had fused with anybody else, maybe this wouldn't have happened. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like that's the case. So, and at the very end, all the weird little moth butterflies become Rose's face and hair, and the fact that I think Steven's worried that he's gonna become his mom in the case of where she had to harm people. Now the thing is, she and Steven both had to deal with the same thing with Bismuth. So I think that was, we can sweep that away because they both had no choice in the matter. But with the Jasper and the Ruby, that was all Steven, and they had to figure out what to do. Or he had to figure out what to do, and he doesn't know what she would have done if if their places were switched. She could have actually shattered somebody. She could have just poofed them. Who knows? Now I'm gonna stop there for the Steven universe, and I'm gonna go back to the Miraculous Ladybug, and then I'm gonna end it there. I've got one more episode of, or one more YouTube episode of catching up that I want to talk about, and that's the My Little Pony stuff. And then that'll be it. Then I'm gonna be cut all up on everything, and now I'm not even including this Saturday's episode, so I might do it that episode Sunday, so that way I can get all caught up with you for you guys. But yeah. So with the Miraculous Ladybug, I do apologize for being mixed up. When I look at something for the first time, it's like, yeah, you should look at that before you do a video. I'm not one of those kind of people. I will figure out what I'm doing sometimes during an episode, because sometimes I just want to double check my information. Excuse me. I thought I heard something. Anyway, with the Miraculous Ladybug, they took actually a good chunk of a break, because I think they're, for season 1, they're going to be doing multiple volumes. So we already have volume 1, which I found out, it was available in Target. I thought it was actually all of season 1. Good thing I was wrong. But anyway, I don't know if we're how soon we're gonna be getting the rest of the episodes before we get to season 2, which is gonna be starting in 2017. But the fact of the matter is, there's something in the intro, and someone actually caught this and did a little thing for DeviantArt where you can see everybody that's in that, that they show in like a group. And if you go through everybody, you'll figure out who's been, that some of them have been akumatized, and you know who the protagonists are, and if you haven't figured it out, they also show the antagonist, Hawkmoth. Now, which I actually thought was just a moth, and I keep forgetting moths are butterflies as well. Trust me, that took a while to figure out. But the fact of the matter is, we actually can figure out who will else be akumatized and who's left, which is Marionette, Adrian, and Hawkmoth. I'm not gonna say who he actually is underneath that mask. Now the fact that we're going to get possibly the bee holder as well, and then we might find out more about who the peacock holder is, and we already know who the tortoise holder is. Now we just really need to figure out who the peacock and the fox holders are, because we're going to be getting the bee one, and we'll figure it out eventually in season 2. Now I actually thought the whole Volpina thing was season 2, but that's actually season 1 stuff. We're just waiting to get that stuff. So, we only have like 2 episodes shown on the Wikipedia site. I had to look to see if it's been updated, but I'm gonna be constantly looking and checking on my DVR, and cause it will show episodes when it's new, cause that's how it's programmed, up to a certain date, if they're available, that is. So that's about it with me. This has been already a little past 19 minutes, and I want to do a couple things before I have to get ready for work. Because I got both morning job and evening job, and I got my evening job Saturday and Sunday as well, and then I got work Wednesday next week as well as the weekend. So it's like I'm back to working for both jobs on Friday, so I'm not gonna have time on Fridays anymore to do anything, other than maybe depending on how long it takes me to get stuff done. Which is why I schedule myself out when it's a day I have to work at my evening job. So with that being said, I only have one more episode of catching up, and then after that it'll pretty much just be probably talking a little bit. I might do every 2 weeks for the Miraculous, and since we just got an episode last week, I might just do and I haven't really talked about it. I mean, it's just mainly episodes that actually are substantially significant to the Miraculous holder information and who is who. So you probably won't see anything talking wise unless there's something in the episode that I find out until Volpina comes up. So with that being said, I'm gonna say this is Allie signing off. Click like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Comment down below what you think about season 2 Miraculous Ladybug, as well as Steven Universe's episodes so far. And and please do not link me any spoilers. I find them. I already have my source of information for that, which I haven't been looking at as much lately. Because I just want to kind of be surprised. So I will see you guys hopefully on Sunday with talking about My Little Pony, and hopefully after that I will be able to get to do the singing episode with Pearl. Sadly, I won't be using the microphone that I wanted to use, and I'm just gonna be doing the book under the computer. Okay, bye.